Moral development. Although we cannot separate man into distinct fractions, either physical, emotional, rational, or cognitive, and moral, for the purpose of the student-centered approach and in-depth analysis of each of these, we have set them aside. But they are all interrelated. In fact, the objective of teaching English as a second language through strategies that touch upon human development is precisely that of integration. We want to integrate the physical, the emotional, the cognitive, and the moral, along with and aligned to our acting on the outside as roles of individuals, as couples, as families, as communities, and as a society. Morality is a word that comes from the Latin mores, which means home. It's a lovely concept to think that we have to develop an intimacy that is sheltered within. Now, what is the difference between soul and spirit? Authors do not agree. The pragmatic ones totally do away with them, since it is not possible to prove that they exist. But other authors suggest that soul is much more related to gut feeling, to visceral response, intuitive nature. Spirit is out of body. It is the inspiration that breathes in life out of body. Whether it be the soul or the spirit that we shelter in the hearth of the heart. This is the inner space where we talk to our higher self, our God, the spirit of life. Call it what you may, each in the context of his own religion or belief system. But the fact is that there is a lower self and a higher self. This basic underlying premise is what keeps teachers trying to elevate our students to higher understanding, perception, and acceptance of truth. Now, the difference between truth and reality is that truth exists whether we see it or not, and reality is our subjective perception. We may think that something is real, but for others it is not. It depends where we are standing from. It is precisely that difference in perception that obliges us as humans to integrate everyone's perception to get a picture of the whole. This inner space is where we develop dignity. Now, dignity is a word that could be related to igneo, which means light. Our inner light keeps brilliance glowing for us to see, to understand. Now, understanding is that underlying footstool on which we build our belief systems. Morality is home, and home is that inner space covered with a sheath of values that keep our light safe. our inner dignity. Unfortunately, in the fast track of the world today, very few people talk to students about the importance of this inner space. It is that enclosed space where I can keep secrets, where imagination occurs, where I keep sacred memories, where I come in contact with the divine. If we break this enveloping sheath, we lose the capacity to hold self-esteem. Parents and teachers, ignoring their own intimacy, disregard the importance of this space that allows identity to develop. It may be related to the ego. The word ego perhaps reminds us of egg, which is similar to the external shell that protects the development of the chicklet. We also need this protective sheath to develop the wings of imagination, of creativity, of hope. This is where hope lies. And if we are living in a world of hopelessness, it is not in the outside that we find hope, but it develops and is harbored within that capacity to see what is still not there.